Hi everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I hope everybody is doing well. I'm here with you today bringing you a card with the What's Cooking Bundle by Stampin' Up. It's such a great bundle. When I saw it first in the catalog, I just thought it was adorable. I love the rolling pin and the knife, all the kitchen things, and it's not just for making recipe cards. You can make so many cute things with this bundle. So today I'm bringing you this card right here, and it is adorable. We're using our tailor-made tags. This is them right here. So cute. I'm adding it to the bundle to do that. I'm also using our Stampin' Cut and Emboss folders, and this one is called Checks and Dots, and you get both the checks and the dots. Easy name. We're going to be using the dots from this one today. And then I'm also using this one called Dotty Hearts. And so you have all these hearts that go in this direction, and then you have this random heart. We're going to be using this heart today. So these are smaller embossing folders, as you can see, and they fit into our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which I'll be using later on. It's so cute. And the nice thing about the machine is that it comes with all the plates that you need to do all of the things that it can do. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll set these cards right here. Hopefully you can still see them. And we'll move the stamp set and the dies out of the way. We're going to be using Pool Party ink today and a blending brush. And then we'll be coloring with Stampin' Blends, 2 colors. And then stamping a few things on here. So let's go ahead and move everything out of the way, and let's go ahead and start with our card. So to begin, we're going to have a white core, and it's just our basic white cardstock, which I'm going to fold in half. Let me grab my bone folder, and that will help me put that crease in there. Just like that. So on top of that, we're going to attach this piece here, which is just a little bit smaller all the way around, and it is going to be stamped with this really cute veggies stamps right here. Like I said, we will be adding the tag on the top from the TaylorMade tags. This is the largest tag from the bunch, and then these little pieces that are in here cut the reinforcers, and so this is one of them. It cuts 3 at a time, and I'll show you. I have a little tip. Because it cuts 3 at a time, I just go ahead and cut 3, and then I just put them in a baggie, and they're perfect, right? Whenever I need one, it's right there. You can color the reinforcers with your Stampin' Blends, so that's always nice as well. Let me fix this one. It's kind of bothering me that it's not laying in there properly. There you go. Now you can see it better. So those are the tags, and a really good price point. They're only $22 for these dies, and they're amazing. You get 4 different sizes of 2 styles, and then you get the reinforcers. $22, great price point. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and start with the background, and so let me grab out a little scrap here, and I'm gonna bring that out, and we are going to stamp in Pool Party, on Pool Party cardstock, and we're just gonna come through here and put a variety. The most important is that it's near the edges, because that's what's going to show the most. And as you can see, I'm turning my stamp so that I get different images and not the same ones next to each other. So the edges definitely show, and then some pieces in the middle are going to show as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp a few in the areas where we might see it here, where those gaps are on our card. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a few up here like this, just in case it peeks out. Well, at this point, I've already just gone ahead and filled the whole thing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave that open for a minute, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean my stamp and get that moved out of the way so I don't accidentally knock it over onto my surface. This is our Simply Chamois, which is awesome. I have it in a stamp case, but you can keep it out and then just, you know, let it dry out overnight. Put it onto just a piece of silicone mat or wherever while you're working on your surface. I like to keep it on in this stamp case. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and cut out the, or not cut out, we're going to emboss the layers. So let me set this off to the side. So here's the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's adorable. So we're gonna drop the sides down, and these are all the plates that it comes with. So it comes with plate number 1. Plate number 2 are the clear ones. This is the one that I'm using to cut on right now, and this is my cover. So you get 2 plate number 2s, and then you get plate number 3, which it says right here, use with standard embossing folders. And then you get plate number 4, which says use with 3D embossing folders. Well, the ones we're using today are standard, and the reason we know they're standard is because on the packaging, it does not say 3D. And if they were 3D, it would say 3D right there next. So it would say Dottie Hart's 3D embossing folder, but it's not, so we're gonna use a standard. So let's go ahead and grab the pieces. The red pieces are gonna be the hearts. So this is the folder that we're gonna use. I'm gonna go ahead and place the 2 pieces into my embossing folder right there, and then go ahead and close it. So on here, it tells me for the standard, use with standard, I'm gonna need 1, and then I'm gonna put my plate in there with the paper in it, and then number 3. So this one's number 1. Here's my plate with the paper in it, and here's number 3. So I'm just gonna make sure I have a nice little stack there, and go ahead and crank it through my machine. Just like that. Okay, and let me pull it out and show you. There are the cute little hearts on there. Aren't they just the cutest? So there they are. So those are done. So I'm going to set those right here to the side with the other. And now we're going to do the circles. And that's on a piece of white. I know that on the card here, it looks like it's pool party, but I have actually used the brush to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and place my piece in here. Close that. Same process. We're going to put number 1, then we're going to put this, and then we're going to put number 3 on top. Put it in here and get that going. Like so. And when we pull that out, there are our pretty dots. Aren't they neat? All right, so let's move the machine out of the way. Awesome. This machine is awesome because it's so small. It fits perfectly into these little spots. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my white here. It may be a little hard to see on camera, but bear with me. I'm gonna turn it pool party really soon and you'll be able to see it a lot better. So let's go ahead and pick up. These are our blending brushes. So I'm just gonna pick up some ink and then I'm gonna blot that dark piece off, and we'll start off the paper and work my way onto it. And I'm just moving in a circular motion like so. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna pick up some. I'm gonna blot off that darkness, start off and blend on in a circular motion. Perfect. That looks great. Okay, so there we go. That is all we need that for. Actually, I forgot, we are gonna go around the tag. So I've already cut the tags out. So we're gonna go ahead and pick that color up. And again, I'm gonna blot off, and then I'm just gonna work my way around the edge of this tag, just adding a little bit of that color onto it. And if I need more, I'm just gonna pick up and then blot off and work my way. I'm almost back to where I started, just like that. And you can add as little or as much as you want, just depending on how many times you come around your piece. That looks pretty good. So those are my two pieces right there. So I'm gonna move that out of the way. And I'm gonna close this temporarily. We'll use it for the inside of the card, but just not right now. So I'm gonna move it out of the way. All right, so here we go. So here's our card. And we are going to layer this piece onto this piece. So I'm gonna be using our Stampin' Seal. We'll take the lid off of there, and I'm just gonna run some off of there, like so. Okay. And we'll go ahead and stick these little guys right on the top of our card. Awesome. All right, so now we're gonna layer these pieces. So we're gonna put one up here, maybe like that, one down at the bottom like this, and then this one's gonna go in this direction, tucked somewhat like that, approximately. And each one is different because, you know, each person's different, right? So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna attach our Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of these, which helps to lift them up. So I'm gonna start with this one, and we're gonna put them all around it. So we're gonna put one in each of these corners. And then I'm gonna put one here and one here. So that's that one. So that's gonna go in this direction as so. Now this one is laying on it, so it doesn't need a dimensional there. So I'm gonna put on these three corners, so not this one here, but these three. So let's start with that. And then we'll lay it back up there and look. I know I'm gonna need one on the bottom there. So this one's gonna be here, so I'm gonna need two there because that's off of there. So let's go ahead and put two more. So here and here, and we don't need one there because it already has height by laying on that one. So now this one's gonna go and lay on this one. So obviously I don't need one in that corner. So this bottom corner doesn't need it. We'll put on the other three. And we'll also check it like we did the last one. Yeah, and it looks like those are not touching as well. So we'll just use two more like that. So that's our next layer. So let's go ahead and we'll start with our top. I'm gonna use a tool called a Take Your Pick tool. And I love this tool. It has a putty end on one side, and then this side has this pointed end. There's also a spatula, and it hides inside the tool here. So that's really great. And there's a stylus that you can put also on this end as well. But I like this pokey tool because I love to use it to pull the tops off of these Stampin' Dimensionals, these little foam pieces that give that lift. And my pieces don't end up all over my craft room floor because they all get pinched together, and then when I take them off camera here, they're going right into my trash can, so they are not all over my craft room, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and lay this piece down like so. That looks pretty good to me. So now to the next one. But I love to use this tool. I think it's the best tool we have. So pull those off into the trash can. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of wet glue on that corner because I still want it to adhere. I just don't need the foam dimension. So I'm just gonna run a little bit of my Tombow Mono multi-glue, liquid glue there. So we'll place this. When we're happy with how it is, I will go ahead and set it down. That looks pretty good to me. So that will stick that liquid glue. And we'll do the same thing here. Well, let's pull the backs off first. Put a little bit of liquid glue in the corner, like so. Pick this up, that gets laid on top here. Oh, that looks pretty nice, I think. Great. So there we go. So those are my 3 layers. So now we're going to put this tag here, but before we stick it down, we want to stamp it. So let's go ahead and put our words right here. Sending you a dash of kindness and a spoonful of love. I'm going to ink that up and stamp that down here in the bottom. Just like so. So cute. Now we're using some of the tools. We're using the rolling pin and the scraper here, and then the salt and pepper mill. So I've stamped those with inks, and then I used my dies right here to cut them out. Here's the scraper, and then here's the salt and pepper mill. Let me get that one, there we go. So those are those. So I've already done those, but that's where they came from. And we're going to go ahead and attach those onto the card. So since I'm going to be using a little bit more wet glue this time, I'm pulling out my silicone mat. I love using this because it really is helpful. If you get glue on your surface, you don't have to worry. So we're gonna go ahead and put some adhesive on there, and then I like to use a tweezer. This is a reverse action tweezer, which means it's closed all the time. You have to squeeze it to open it. The beauty of that is when you squeeze to open it and it cinches, it holds your thing in place without you having to put any pressure. And so then I can lay this across like this and attach that. Now, let me go ahead and put my reinforcer on while I have that out. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down on the mat as well and put a little bit of liquid adhesive on it and use my tweezer. And that straight edge goes against the straight edge like this. And we're just going to line the little hole up. Perfect. So that goes like that. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the scraper. So let's put it down and put a little bit of wet glue on there. Excellent. All right. Oh, I forgot to color it. I'll do that in a minute. Let me go ahead and attach that down like so. I wanted to color the silicone part of the scraper to match the card. So I'm using some Pool Party here. And I'm just going to go ahead and color it in like that. That looks awesome. And now comes our salt and pepper mill. Those need to be colored as well. So let me grab my real red, and I'm going to use this to color. They're pretty easy to color and they come so quickly. Like so. I left that little top on both of them not red because I'm going to come with a gray. I don't have it out right now, but I can grab it easily. I have a basket right here next to me with all my things in it. And I'm going to use the bullet tip this time, and I'm going to color the top like it's metal, just like that. Okay, so these guys are going to get dimension behind them. So I'm going to go ahead and flip those over. And these are mini dimensionals. They're perfect for small items like this. So I'm going to put one on the top and one on the bottom of each of these, just like that. guess what comes into play again? You guessed it. Take your pick tool. Let's go ahead and pull those 4 backs off, and I can put them right into my trash can and not on my stamp room floor. So we're gonna put one of these guys over here. Love that. And then this one we're gonna put over here like this. Such a cute tag. Looks awesome. Let's go ahead and clean up this. I forgot to do that. And then we're going to go ahead and attach it onto our card. Now, because we already have this whole layer here raised up with the dimensionals, we're not going to put dimensionals on this. We don't need the 2 layers. So we're just going to go ahead and put our Stampin' Seal across our tag here, if I can get it going. Let me see. Here we go. And then we'll put some along the bottom like that, and a line in the middle. Okay, so this is just gonna lay when I think I have it pretty straight, which I think I do right there. I'm gonna go ahead and attach that down. So cute. Now comes the ribbon. This is from the Pampered Pets collection. I think it's called a Pampered Pet combo pack, ribbon combo pack. You'll see it in the ribbon section, but I love that it has this little stitching going through it. I just think that's so awesome. So we're going to go ahead and make our bow and pull on these little ends until I get it just the right size. And pull, that knot gets a little tighter, and pull it a little bit more, and we'll pull one more time, and I think that will be the size that I want it. Perfect. Just like that. I like that tininess of the bow. So we're going to use a mini glue dot to attach that onto our card. And so I also will use the Take Your Pick tool to pick that up. And I kind of roll it in a little ball because I don't want it to show behind my ribbon, and I'm going to put it behind the knot of the ribbon. So we're going to stick it right here in this center hole of the tag, and then we're going to push my bow right down onto it like so. Isn't that so cute? I'm going to use my ribbon snips. These are our paper snips, but I used this particular one for a ribbon. I know that because it has this cute charm hanging off of it. My upline gave me that charm, and I just think it's adorable. So I'm going to trim those ends off, shake them down onto my surface. That looks great. Fluff up my bow. And for the finishing touch, we're going to go ahead and do the inside. With this wooden spoon. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Let me clear up some of my table surface here. All right. In this corner right here, we're going to take this pool party, and we are going to grab some. I'm going to bring my scrap in so that I can blot that dark spot. And then we're just going to do a circle right here in this corner and just press and deposit that color down into that corner of the card like that. I'll close. No, I need my ink pad one more time. I'm going to grab my spoon, and I'm going to stamp it just like this in the corner. And there it is. I always like to incorporate something from the outside on the inside of the card so that when people open it, it just ties that right in. Let me clean my stamp. Excellent. All right, guys, what do you think? Isn't it adorable? Such a great card. So if you like this card, I appreciate you watching me. Thank you so much. And I'm kind of new to YouTube, so please help me out by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And ask your friends to subscribe too. I would appreciate that so much. And when you subscribe, you'll get notifications as to when I will post new videos. Check out my blog. The link is in the description below. And when you go there, you can access PDFs and measurements and more fun projects. This stamp set will be featured for an entire week on my blog. So if you're not watching it on the date that I recorded this video, that's fine. Just search for What's Cookin' and all of the blog posts should come up. But I blogged this for 7 straight days. You'll get to see lots of projects and ideas with it. So I hope that you will spend some time on my blog and really look and see all the different things that I can bring you. I appreciate it so much. Again, thank you so much for watching. It's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!